Welcome to video 2 of the 2020 presidential to-do list, or whatever I end up calling it, with TMZ's help. As you can see, I just took my hat off. This is my natural color hair, and as you can see, I'm starting to go gray, dude. But it's real. And I don't want to point any fingers at anybody else, you know? It's not about who's got fake hair, and it's not about who did this or who did that, or who's sleeping with who in the government, and who's sleeping with who that's not in the government. It doesn't matter. We've got so many important issues that we have to cover. In this video, you're going to find some of the issues that I've written down. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel. It really does mean the world to me. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and if there's anything I can do to make it better, please let me know. I'll try. And if there's anyone out there that's having a really bad day, dude, and you just need a friend to talk to, don't you ever pull something like that. You've got a friend to talk to. And I may not know you, I may have never even seen you before or stepped foot on your country's land, but I'll be your friend. Now, I've got 2 email addresses you can write to me and send me your opinions on what you think we can do to actually better our country, because I really want to know. We've all got opinions, and you know what? Somebody's got the right ones. When it comes to our deficits and all of that, so far I've picked up some numbers off the internet. These don't have to be accurate. The whole point in this is to give you a basic feel with a couple of numbers so you understand what I'm saying, okay? So I want to start out by saying annually, as of 2015, and that was in August, the healthcare cost, we spend 3.206 trillion as in ticker, and that's 10,000 per person. We also spend, our national deficit is currently 18.628 trillion as in Tigger. We also spend for retirement, but dude, there's so many numbers on the internet, I just didn't even bother to pick one down. And I could have just written down the highest number and said, hey, look, this is our highest number that I found. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. Let me show you these numbers anyway. So we also make some money. Our country makes money on things like smoking and drinking and fast food and pot. So let's get to some of those numbers. For fast food, we make 160 billion as in Buzz Lightyear. We make 5.6 billion as in Buzz Lightyear at the current tax rate, that is. When it comes to drinking, and when it comes to smoking, we make 35 billion with a buzz. Okay? Now, when it comes to these things, we're spending money on all kinds of crap that we don't need to. We're paying for a bunch of chemicals that are killing us. And at the same time, we're going to keep going out and spending all the money on things that we want to buy anyway, whether it's food or beverages or smoking or drinking, whatever you want to do, dude. I mean, no one's going to tell you no when it's your money and you've made your money and you worked hard for your money. But at the same time, we all know as Americans we need to come together a little bit better, and I'd really like your help. These are some of the ideas that I have, and let me know what you think of them, okay? And I'm going to cover a lot of the issues here, but I just wanted to throw some numbers first. Now, I have a friend, and I've told you online, that I had gone over to the store, and he and his wife came from Lebanon, and I'm like, oh dude, Lebanon, right? Because I grew up a stoner kid, and like being a stoner kid, like you always want hash, like the best hash ever and everything, and that was Lebanon. Well, I was told that you can't go to Lebanon and get that. You just can't, okay? Oh, my bad. So, not only do I think we need to improve foreign relations, but I think we need to make a little bit more money on the things that we could be making more money on. People are willing to be, spending money on, and we'll spend more money willingly. Let's do that. We're not making enough money that we could off some of these things. Now, if we're only making 35 billion off smoking, yeah, let's raise that up. When it comes to drinking, 5.6 billion, that doesn't really seem like a lot of money. Like, that's not a lot of money. When it comes to drinking, and you know how much we all drink. I don't really drink that much anymore, but dude, come on. That's a low number. So, with our issues, one of the bigger issues, because they're all big in our country, we have immigration problems. Now, first and foremost, I want to say that I think anyone that wants to leave everything they know and love behind in hopes of finding a better future for themselves and their families generations to come, well, dude, if that's in your heart, I'm all for it. And I don't care what country that is. But you should do it legally. Don't run to another country and don't hide. If you want to be there because you're proud to have a life that you never had, well, then register yourself. Now, I've understood that it cost but you can round up, that it was $3,000 for he and his wife to become a legal resident of the United States. Rounded up $3,000 for two people to become legal? Come on, dude. I asked him flat out, well, what if you did have to pay more? What if it costs a lot more? Being here and everything you've been able to experience since, would you actually still pay that? Would you gladly pay more to be here and be an American citizen? And his answer is yeah. If it costs more, we would have gladly paid more. But it doesn't cost more, so we should. I want to improve foreign relations. I want to stop all this war crap and everything. I mean, if you want to act like a child and go through bombs, I'll take your cookie away. I don't care, but you're not going to get the milk to dunk it in. Okay? So I think when it comes to world peace, that's very achievable. We all know that, because the human is designed for love, to receive and give, unconditional. War is not in our DNA. So if you sit down like an adult and you hash out your problems, which is why I'd like to have a backyard barbecue with all the world leaders. And dude, I'll even eat meat, dairy, and poultry again if that's what you want, man. I don't care. When it comes to flying over here for it, we'll make sure all the airwaves are restricted so that you can come to this country, to this backyard barbecue, and then back home, and you don't have to worry about anything or looking over your shoulder while you're here or on the way home or what. And you don't have to worry about eating or drinking, and you won't be poisoned or anything like that, dude. I will come to you with the word namaste. As a world leader, I would like you to come to me and offer me the same. Sit down and tell me what your issues are and how we can actually help and get over these issues. Because that's not what we're doing. Now, I think when it comes to becoming a legal resident, instead of like rounded up 3,000 for two people, why don't we make it something like 100,000? We can give like 75,000 to the U.S. and all of our issues that we have, and they're written down, things like debt, and we want to give everyone a raise, and health care and homelessness and all of that, right? So each little dollar is going to go towards those things, and that'll help. Then we can also do like 25,000 of that and give that back to their country, so no one's got any hard feelings if they let their people go, whatever, but everyone's doing it legally. All of those people that we have here currently that are hiding, dude, that's not cool. We'll give you time, what is it, like 6 months, something like that, right? And in that time, you have to get registered. You want to be in our country, well, you have to be known that you're in our country. Now, we'll also then get you on a payment scale, where we're going to garnish your wages, and that's all there is to it. You will pay what you have to pay to live here in America. If you do not want to pay, you need to leave. You will be deported, and I will never allow you back into this country again. If you get deported one time, you will never be allowed to come to our country ever again. So, some of the other things. I think we should raise our taxes a little bit, and that's a horrible thing to say, right? But when it comes to the items that we know we're going to spend the money on anyway, you know what I mean? Like, you'd gladly pay a couple bucks, even though you wouldn't be glad about it. We can help each other so much if we did. So we have fast food, drinking, smoking, soda, or any other crappy beverage, you know what I mean? And weed. Well, let's go up a little bit and see what that does. What do you say? And these are just numbers, just to give you an idea of how I'd like to help. And I'd like your opinions to help me help. So for food, fast foods, all the meat, dairy, poultry, all that fast food crap and everything, and sodas and all that, you know what I mean? Why not raise it up like $5? Instead of having a dollar menu cheeseburger, why not make it like $5 on top of that? And use that $5, extra for that tax, so that we're not only helping our country, but you're helping yourself as well. How are you helping yourself? Because we can also work towards raises and a bonus. I mean, if we don't have the money to give people, we just don't have the money to give. But if we can all come together and raise the money, and we then in turn have the money, then you, the American people, have to have the benefits of that. Those benefits I'd like to get us to are having free health care. I'd like to end homelessness. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And as much as you say you want to help people, how many times have you been confronted with someone asking for $1 and you didn't give it, knowing it was in your pocket and you had it to give? Well, we're going to stop that. We're going to help each other, and we're going to stand up, and we're going to take care of our problems, because apparently our government wasn't really doing all the best. The government's doing great on so many levels. We all acknowledge that, just like the policemen are doing their best, and we all love and appreciate it, But then there's times when it comes to the policemen that we have bad cops. Well, that's where I think these new webcams that are going to be on them, I think that should be all over the world. And it needs to be uploaded to a website, and anyone in the world needs to be able to access any given moment they wish. If you want to be a cop and you want to uphold the law, you need to uphold the law. Thank you. Now, when it comes to other things, I want us to give us a raise, I at least want to start within my first year and get us to a point where I can at least give you a bonus. I don't know what that'll be. We'll figure out the numbers, and I'll be upfront with the numbers, and you'll know exactly what that'll turn out to be before you even get it. Because I don't want to hide anything from our country anymore like our government does. I want everything to be open and honest and all upfront. I'd like to start out, what is it? Say we can't give a raise to everyone right away, but we have all these cuts that we just made for unnecessary spending, and we can at least use that to start on giving someone a bonus to say, hey, I love you, thank you for all you've done. Just keep going, and I'm sorry life sucks at the moment, but you're an American, and we're gonna make it better. So, even if it turns out to be I gotta start where it's just a bonus of $100, $1,000, I don't care, man. I mean, whatever we can actually financially achieve to give every single one in our American people, our country, give them something just to say thank you. And every single month, I want it posted online, the impact that we're having with all of these resolutions that we come to. Month to month, I would like to utilize things like TMZ. TMZ does great for polling. And that's not just for here in America, that's all over the world. I want all the world's, opinions on try to help. It doesn't matter if you're an American or not. It doesn't matter if you're registered to vote or not. Somebody's got some good ideas, and we shouldn't turn away good ideas. Okay? So, with TMZ polling every month, what I can do is say, look, these are the changes that we've decided on. These are the numbers that we've had and current numbers, and this is what month 1 has done to this impact. And then the next month, come back and say, this is last month's impact compared to the start, and now here's this month's impact, and this is what we're doing to help our country. And I want you to see, first and foremost, everything up front, so that you can help feel comfortable about being an American once again. With other issues, I think we should do more on solar and try to reduce our oil intake. I mean, we use oil not just for gas, to get everyone around. I mean, we use it for wrappers and, McDonald's burgers and, wrapping, like burger to send to, grocery stores. And I mean, like, it's everywhere. But we can reduce that a little bit. I know we can. And just that little bit is going to make a big help, okay? So I'd also like to work more on solar, like I said. I want to, in my term, find a way to make every single home in America solar powered and give that to you. I would also then, in my term, even if it has to be a second term, find a way to have all of the cars that are going out into the markets solar powered and give each person in America a card, solar, and it's going to help our environment and not hurt it and still get you where you need to go. Yeah, we need some money for that, and that's got to come from somewhere. But we have other issues to worry about, like homelessness and our national debt. And we've got all these problems. Now, when it comes to women's issues and equality, equality just isn't a word for gay people anymore about it being able to marry legally. I don't know if any of you know, but as a gay man, I cannot donate blood, and I cannot donate my organs. I grew up in New York. On my first ID, it had me written down as a donor. Sorry, guys. When I die, whoever gets turned down for my organs because of who I slept with, if I'm disease-free, what are you turning that down for? I mean, you're begging for handouts, you're begging for blood and organs, and you just want to turn that away because of who they slept with? That's just as bad as some of the people we have running for political office now. That's not right, dude. We got more important crap to worry about. Women's issues. Equality isn't just for gays, okay? Women aren't making enough money in our country as compared to the men. And when it comes to a woman who's really qualified, well, if you're qualified, you deserve that money more so than somebody that's of the opposite sex. That's not fair, and that needs to stop. I think another thing that needs to stop is all the crap given to women about having abortions. Honestly, let's put it this way. Knock on wood, nothing happens to you, your daughter, your mother, your sister. God forbid they come home one day saying that they were brutally raped and they end up having a kid out of it. You go ahead and you tell them with posts and signs and everything all you want that if they abort that child, they're going to hell. I think you're the one the problem is coming from, and it's not them going in to terminate that life. We have an overpopulation problem. Do you really think one child in a horrible situation that's nothing but tragedy is gonna set things off? I mean, really, we could deal without those couple of extra people being born out of tragedy. And I mean no offense to anyone, but that's reality. I wouldn't want my mom to be gang raped by a whole bunch of people and then have my mom come home and say, yeah, you're never gonna guess what happened. And then a couple weeks later or whatever it is, we find out she's getting sick for some reason. Come on, man. Deal with your own problems and stop worrying about other people's. Now, I think another thing we can do with solar, like I said, not just for cars and homes, and then like my other video, just to give you an idea on solar, I've always had this idea since I was a child. What if we take, and make solar powered huge solar powered like ice cube makers, and we throw them into the, North Pole and South Pole? Dude, that's gonna at least help, right? And what if it doesn't? But you know what? At least somebody's having some ideas, and they'd like to discuss them and get other people's opinions on them, and then eventually we can find something that works. That's how it goes in our country. Now, I want all your opinions. You can write to me at zabian1313@yahoo.com, and that's Z as in Zurg, A as in Ariel, B as in Buzz, I as in Iago, A as in Ariel, N as in Neverland, 1313 @Yahoo. Or you can write to me at chadeverhart01 at gmail.com. Either way, dudes, Send me your opinions, and let's come up with some ideas to really help not just our country, but our whole planet. Yeah, the drones. Dude, we can take and turn solar power with drones and also put like a filter on them so that, their little fan that's blowing is actually cleaning the environment. Why not? I think that when it comes to older cars that are on the road, we need to come up with a better muffler system and give them those. You know, yeah, you can't afford to have a new car, but dude, here's a muffler for you, and at least that's gonna help clean our environment a little bit. And every little bit counts. We want to have a raise in pay. We all need one desperately. That needs to start from the bottom and work its way up, okay? When it comes to those that are making like 200,000 a year or more, or 100,000 a year or more, whatever, dude, you can afford to pay a couple extra in taxes. Don't get all irritated over it. You can afford that. So you should have to. Those that are making like millions or more each year, come on, man. Your taxes should be higher than everyone else's. And that's fair. With other issues, I want to help the schools. I want to really help with their dietary intake. Offer things like cooking classes for your whole community through your school, and have the students be the one to educate you, the community, your community, on how to make healthier meals, whether it's vegan or not. I don't care, you know what I mean? Just make healthier meals and show the cost of these meals. And then I want you to discuss all of the chemicals that are in the foods that you consume and you don't care. I want you to have all of the information and facts on what that's doing to you. And then I'll let you walk out of there with a whole bunch of new recipes you can't wait to try, and you've just tried them there and they were great, and they're healthier and cheaper anyway. When it comes to putting stuff in our foods and everything, that's not cool. We need FDA regulated stuff. We need FDA regulated nicotine oil as well. And we need to tax the crap out of smoking until we eliminate it. Make money on its way out. You're gonna spend the money anyway, make a couple bucks. So when it comes to other things, 70 million, as in Mickey, was made in taxes in one state for 1 month after legalizing marijuana. 70 million. Now if you times that times all of the US, you've got a couple extra bucks to go towards our issues and go towards giving people a raise and free health care, and you've got it going towards all kinds of issues that we really need. We don't need to be overspending on a whole bunch of stuff that we don't need. Examples? We don't really need to spend our money to help fund other countries as a thank you for being my friend every year. We spend billions of dollars every year that we need, and we give away. Well, I grew up with the attitude that you help your home first. Come on. You help your home, and then you can go out and help your neighbor. So really, when we've got all kinds of homelessness and dirty water and all kinds of crap here, not just for commercials for other countries, we need to help our people instead of giving it all away to help everyone else. We need to help ourselves first. And that's no offense to any other country. And I do want to improve foreign relations and see world peace. But come on, man. The whole world's hurting. And we gotta find a way out of it. And we gotta help ourselves at home first. I think we can. So that alone right there is billions of dollars that we can have go towards all of these issues, like giving people a raise or a bonus, to start out with, and getting people to where we can have free health care, later on, and free solar, going to their homes and everything. And come on, dude. We're just not spending it the way that we could, and we're spending it the way we shouldn't. That's a problem. I want everyone to know month to month what's going on with the finances of this country. And I don't care if you're watching from some other country. And I don't care what terrorist leader or whatever you are sitting there watching those videos, hearing all about our country. Dude, I don't care. Because if some of those ideas can help you in your country, well, you better be listening. Because I think your people will be upset if something works and you decide not to use it. So, other issues. We really need to help homelessness. Dude, we gotta help. You can't just say, oh, I wanna help, I wanna help, I wanna help. Can I have $1? No, you can't have $1. That's not cool. We can raise a whole bunch of money out of taxes on things that we're gonna spend anyway. It's not gonna be anyone's, shirt off their back kind of deal. And at the same time, we can stop giving our money away to other countries and use that towards these issues as well. We can increase the cost of becoming an American citizen, and I don't know how many percentage that is, but that's an ungodly hike, which I just said. Going from rounded up 3,000 for two people to wanting it to be like, what, 100,000 or 200,000, their country gets 25 and we get 75, you know what I mean? Make it worth it for everyone. We can see our way out of debt a whole lot quicker than we are. And if all of our country pulls together and we all know what's going on month to month to month, thank you, TMC, then where's the problem? There won't be any problem. And if there is a problem, the entire country will come together, we'll all vote on it, and that's no longer a problem. We all want instant gratification. I want to start on these right then and there, my very first day in office. I don't want to say, oh, these are the things I want to do, and then by the time I get there, it's nothing but a photo op. Dude, I've been an actor for 9 years. I've had enough photo ops. So, I do want to have that backyard barbecue with all the leaders. I want you to come to my country, America. You're free to come, you're free to leave, no one's gonna hurt you and bomb you or anything, you're free to eat and drink while you're here, no one's gonna poison you, you're all good, dude. And we're gonna sit down with our families and we're gonna get to know each other, and you're gonna tell me every single issue that you have. Why are you bombing our country or that country or this country or whatever? But I think all of the world should come together in a world peace, and here's where we can really make an impact on that. Let's just say there's a little place that wants to go over and bomb their neighbor. Well, with world peace, you don't do that, dude. The entire world will come against you in that little tiny place. So that bomb that you just sent over to that one place, the entire world is going to give them back to you, and we will wipe out your species. Surprise! We have other issues. So many issues we really need to deal with. The schools, like I said, I want to help with, getting proper food and education and cost and all of the education on that written down to really help people come up with a decision on their own of wanting to live a healthier life. Now, when it comes to eco-friendly stuff, before I got into acting, I was doing all the pre-med classes. I was going to do mortuary. One of the things I've learned was that we desperately need to come up with an eco-friendly embalming fluid. And I want that done, utilized, and in my term. Other things. We need to help with air pollution and water and blah, blah, blah. All kinds of pollutions, right? Why not come up with stupid ideas? Like, let's just send out filters into the, space. Like you're going to send up satellites into space. Well, why not put like a HEPA filter on there and make them all solar and blah, 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 right? Dude, you can clean the environment a little bit while they go up and down. No big deal. We can have drones going all over the place now, apparently. We'll make them eco-friendly and cleaning our air as well. We can do little things to have a big impact. It doesn't take someone saying, okay, get your community, you're all going to the beach today and you're going to clean it up. Yeah, you need stuff like that, but you can make big impacts just on little things that you're going to do anyway. Like helping our country with a couple extra bucks that you're going to spend on food anyway. You know what I mean? Ultimately, those couple extra bucks that you could end up spending on taxes for, like $5 if we wanted to add it for fast food. If we wanted to add $10 to a bottle, like you go out and get a bottle of Jack and it costs you an extra $10 in taxes. Dude, so what? You know? Smoking, add an extra $10 on that, and soda, at $5, keep it the same with food. And weed, let's just increase that like 5-10 bucks, I mean, and make it legal, recreational everywhere. Just tax it and benefit from it. I think we should offer financial advice on every single level. We should tell people, hey, look, dude, for you and your home and your family, and this is what you've got coming in, this is what you need to do to get to here. There you go. It doesn't take all that much time to tell somebody how to help improve their lives financially and health-wise and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So let's do it. We have, especially here in Los Angeles, we have really old pipelines, for sewer systems and all of that, and these are like, 100 years. We really need to fix that. We need to make it something that we can use even 100 years from now. So let's all come up with some ideas on redoing our pipeline sewer systems and everything like that, and making it something that we can actually use, and it's not going to destroy our planet or anything like that, and it's not going to burst 100 years later, and we're constantly in LA having to deal with this, You put it in 100 years ago, and well, sorry, now you got a sinkhole, and well, there you go. It's not cool. For diseases and cures and everything, when it comes to that issue, I'm not the only one that knows flat out there's cures, but you don't make enough money for them. When it comes to other things our government is really keeping secrets on, and I want everything all out in the open, you know what I mean? Like, so everyone in America knows what's going on. It doesn't matter if it's the rest of the country either, I don't care. Look all you want. But I think we need to deal with other things as well, like UFOs and aliens. I died in 1989. I've been dead over 24 hours. I'm in Albany, written in Albany. That happened to me. So for me personally, I know there's more to life than what we are living and experiencing. So I know just from that alone, Bible and all these other books that are talking about aliens, man, dude, they're not wrong. One thing I do want to say is I would like to have all of that information brought to the public. Not like, 1929 kind of thing, War of the Worlds, Orson Welles, and have people dive out windows. I mean, let's do it right. Let's tell you flat out, what's going on, and here's the deal. But